gamers, furries, gamer furries. Today, I bring you a totally based and amazing tier list that nobody else has ever done. That's right, today we're going to be going through and reviewing each one of every single FNAF game. Is this a bad idea? Probably. Am I gonna end up being staked on the pike? Maybe. I don't know. So, I just recently went back and played almost every single FNAF game. It's still in the works. We mostly got the majority of them, so going back to them, what can I say? It started it all. You know, it was the first game of its time. Oh my god, what was that voice cracked? I sound like a baby. Nah, baby. I'm funny. But yeah, in FNAF, right, the first FNAF game is a classic. It's pretty good. And it's a product of its time. It started everything. I think it's at least, yeah, that FNAF 1 is an A tier game. It's good. It started it all. You know, classic game, good horror elements. I would love to get your guys' thought on this. FNAF 2 is a S tier, an S plus tier. I'm on the verge. I'm not even sure because, okay, FNAF 2 has so many good horror elements. This game has you panicking most of the way. It's challenging. The only thing that would keep me from putting it S plus tier is that it's RNG, along with a lot of FNAF games, because it loves to put it up to chance, and you'll hear about that later in the, oh, believe me, you'll hear about it. FNAF 3. This is probably a lot of people's favorite game. Yeah, it has a lot of really cool shit in it. Here's my problem with FNAF 3. Yes, it is terrifying in its own way. It does have like some cool stuff, like, you know, the story was really revealed in this time. This was when FNAF was peaking. You know, let's go through how long it takes you to beat these nights, right? And it gets repetitive. You know, you keep wanting to try it. We're only up against one person, and after you figure out this formula, which you do get a formula, you know, it gets predictable, right? And I'm playing the game. Once you learn that pattern, you need to keep repeating that, and most of the time, you're just gonna win. It's fine. It's a B tier once you get to know it. Dude, honestly, I think the first 4 games are probably some of my favorites. And since we're moving on to FNAF 4, I just gotta say it, dude. I love FNAF 4. I mean, that game is horrifying. I would put it in S plus tier. I would put it over FNAF 1 and FNAF 2. I'm not going to say it's my favorite FNAF game, because that's actually a surprise, but it's damn near close to my favorite FNAF game. Every time you ran to the left side, you had to creak open that door, and you didn't know what was going to happen. You either heard breathing or not. The way that this game utilizes senses is fucking crazy. I was pissing myself. What? I turned into a little baby. I was crying the whole time. What is that? Why? Why is that? I was little babby. I was playing this game, and I legit, it took me a few years to be able to play it. Why is that? But yeah. So yeah, FNAF 4 is just overall a solid game. Ultimate Custom Night. Okay, now I wasn't sure where to rank this game because I have played it before. It's very fun, but it's also very overwhelming. It is a game that has effort put into it and a lot of thought into the mechanics, and you have to appreciate it for that. I mean, my stupid, dumb little brain can't keep up with all the mechanics. Daco literally just said, oh, it's easy.
It's very easy to learn, I promise you guys.
No, it's not. To do 50-20 mode? No, that's ludicrousy. I'm not even gonna think about doing that. 1,000 likes on this video and I'll do it. Please don't. Please don't. I know that sounds like a bait. Don't. Please don't. And B, A, B, C. You know what? Actually, I think that there can only be really like one. Guys, Help Wanted is a great experience. Let's talk about everything that we love about FNAF, and then we just put it all into one game. There's also Everyone Loves Parts and Service, because that is a really cool mode. Because you have to follow these like very strict instructions, and they throw in these little curveballs that you're like, oh shit. Everything about this game is so fun. There are very, very few things that I can find personally that I didn't like about it, and I could genuinely go back and play it pretty much any time. All right, now we're getting into something that's a little controversial, and I think even for me. Now, keep in mind, I did recently just go back and I played Pizzeria Simulator. Okay, it'll be out in the channel. Pizzeria Simulator, C tier. I know it's easier to say that if you haven't played the game yourself. If you watched Markiplier for the longest time and watching him play it, it's like, oh, this game looks like it's awesome. If you play it for yourself, you understand. It is tedious. It is repetitive. I might still be a little angry at it. I might have spent maybe over 16 hours trying to beat Saturday. I'm exaggerating that, by the way. I am a huge skill issue. Guys, when I say each try will take you most likely 30 minutes if you are lucky, right? If you are lucky, you get to shorten that time by a little bit because the animatronics are like less hostile. It all relies on luck. That game becomes luck-based Friday and Saturday. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, I did develop a strategy. I did figure out after researching, after looking up, basically every single sound, I tried my best. Okay, I really did. It just took me forever to finally beat it, and the pop-off was so strong. Let me talk good about this game real quick. Because some people might get mad if I don't point this out. The Tycoon is pretty cool. I like the Tycoon. That's really fun. The lawsuits and Helpy are probably the best parts about this game. Oh, and of course, the one thing that keeps me from putting it in D tier. The one thing, and that's the ending. The ending is probably the best narrative point in FNAF. It seemed like it was an excellent end to a saga. And it was. It was. The end of FNAF's Pizzeria Simulator was amazing. And I would say that is 100% worth it once you are able to achieve that. I think it's totally worth it. Sister location. I thought Pizzeria Simulator was bad, but this game is just lore. Like, it's lore with gameplay as a side feature, and that's great. Like, that's awesome. This was really cool. Let's think about, the voice lines that were introduced at the time. Like, at the time of its release and all the speculation, as with pretty much every FNAF game, right? Problem becomes, when the gameplay is tedious. And why am I punished for messing up on things that take me forever to do, and then once I finally do it, there's a part afterwards that completely screws me over to extend the runtime. What is the point of the vents? It's like FNAF Help Wanted took inspiration from Parts and Service in Sister Location and just made it better. If I had to say, I would put this in D tier. The mini games are annoying to do. The gameplay isn't that great. There are a few good levels in this game, but it's really just not fun to me going back and replaying it because it's interesting to revisit the time that it came out on. But the more I think about it, so I'll put it in D tier for now. I don't think it's E or F. I don't think it's that bad, but it's either incredibly mid, right below, we'll be generous to it because there were some cool elements to it. Speaking of games that are weird and well, this was a cool idea, but now I'm seeing that more in action and looking around your room. It's fine. It's a game, it's like FNAF on the go. It's like FNAF Go, and it's a neat idea. But it's not really scary when, you're on the toilet and you're looking around for Freddy Fazbear, in, a sailor outfit. It's just not really cool ideas, but ultimately, it's a fine game. Freddy in Space. Why is this on this tier list? Who put Freddy in Space on this tier list? I guess technically it is a FNAF game. It was interesting, for the time it was pretty interesting. I'm gonna do this one last. Security Breach Fury's Rage. It's fine. I don't have much to really say about it. I just put it in D tier because I don't really. Yeah, I mean it's fine. Yes, Pop Goes Arcade. Yeah, I totally know what Pop Goes Arcade is. Yeah, totally. High A tier for sure, and longer than some FNAF games. Fiznom. Well, if Fiznom says it's A tier, then I guess it is. Okay, guys, you caught me. I never played Pop Goes Arcade. Nor have I played any other Pop Goes, if there is any more. I am not a real FNAF fan. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, and then as for this last one, we all know what it is. I was saving this one for last because I have some opinions on it that I think some people may disagree with. I am putting FNAF Security Breach as a FNAF game, as opposed to all the other ones in S2. All right, an emotional attachment to this game due to it being a special part in my life. It's also just because this game is charming, and I think it holds a lot of potential. I think it is, they really tried with what they had. All the controversy on this game, for when it came out, is like, do I think that it could have been so much more? Absolutely. But I think this game wanted to be something different. It was ambitious, it tried new things, it was fresh, and I feel like it's a fine game. Now, I might regret that when I go back and play it very soon. As it stands right now, from what I remember, I beat this game in 21 hours, and I did, but I went back and I was able to beat it. So this will be my official third time going back and playing through it with all the bug fixes to see if, you know, if it really has changed, or maybe I'm just hyping this game up too much, but it tried something really cool that I admire. And I think that, at least to me, but then again, I'm a little bitch, so, you know, wait, what's that noise? Oh shit!